All right, we're going to share some brutal facts with you guys and the No Place Left vision. And just to kind of give you a little bit of a kind of a focus for what to do locally, okay? So we pulled some of the numbers, and this is an estimate, but there's roughly 2 million people from Raleigh to Winston-Salem, so right in our backyard down the 40 corridor, about 2 million. And just from some different websites and kind of making a healthy guess, about 60 to 70% of those people are lost, meaning they're not born again disciples of Jesus. I mean, 60 or 70% of those, if they died today, they would go to hell. They would be in eternity away from God. That ends up being 1.6 million people in our backyard that will perish without the Lord. Okay? And whose responsibility is it to reach these 1.6 million? Ours, is that right? Are you convinced of that? Okay. Does this seem like kind of a daunting task? Like a little overwhelming? Yeah? Okay, yeah.
Well, let's look at the scripture and see if it was daunting for them.
All right, so
who wants to read Acts 19, 8 through 10? Okay, so in Asia, they have an estimation of 8 to 15 million people. So how many people did they reach in 2 years?
8 to 15 million heard the word of the Lord.
In 2 years. How many do we need to reach? Is this daunting anymore? Whoop, whoop.
Okay, so I want someone to stand up with a calculator real quick. I want to give you guys a little visual, okay? I'm going to give you two. All right, whoop, sorry.
You want me to write it?
Yes, put traditional and then put DMM. Okay, so I want to give you a visual. Who's going to be my calculator person? Oh, Dustin's going to be my calculator man. Okay. All right, so traditional, if you had a traditional church model, and let's say we're going to use this group here, okay? This is around 100 people. So if you had a traditional church model and you did outreach every year and you got another 100 new believers or new disciples made from your outreaches, your events, whatever it may be, that would be a very great church growth in America. You guys with me? 100 new disciples every year. All right, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 to 7. We're going to go 7 years out. Okay? So we started with 100, so this would equal 200 after the first year. I'm going traditional first. That's where you gather everyone to ourselves versus scatter like we're learning today. No, 200 here.
Oh, here.
Yeah, first year they got 200. All right, year 2, they add another 100. So they do another several events, whatever it may be, and another 100 new disciples come into this traditional church model. That means it's 300 at year 2. Okay, 400 at year 3. She's got it now. Okay, at year 7 we have 800 new disciples, which by anyone's estimate, that'd be a great church growth. It really would. That'd be a great church growth. Okay, so what we're going to do here, though, is we're going to shift it on you guys. If all 100 of you, everybody with me? If all 100 of you made a commitment to lead 4 people to Christ a year and disciple them and train them to lead 4 people to Christ and train them. Everybody with me on this? That's 4 people. That's 1 person every 3 months out of the year. Okay? In our first year that we did that, next year, July 2022, there'd be 400 new disciples there. And then, calculator man, times 400 by 4, please. 1,600 next year. Times it by 4 again. What? No, 6,400 is the third year. Do it again. 25,000. Do it again. 102,000. No, 102.
Thank you.
All right, do it again. 409,000. Okay. Do it again. 1.6 million. So in 7 years, if we shifted from drawing men unto ourselves and going into the harvest, if we started to act like Jesus and fulfill the mission of Jesus, making disciples that make disciples, in 7 years, 1.6 million people would be reached. Did you see that? 800 if you had a church event and you got 100 new disciples every year, and I've done a lot of events. The 100 would be conservative. 1.6 million if you multiplied every single year and taught the same people to multiply. You with me? So you got 4 and then they went and got 4. Well, what was the number of lostness from Winston-Salem to Raleigh? Do you see that? You guys with me? Okay, so we got to ask ourselves 2 questions. You can just do it right there. What is it going to take to make this happen? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to lay down? This is 7 years. 7 years to see a whole region reach for the gospel. An entire region reach for the gospel. So what is it going to take? And then the last and the very most important question. Are you willing to die for this mission? Are you willing to lay down your life, your agendas, to see this mission accomplished? Okay? So this is what I want to do. I want you to ask these 2 questions at your table. What is it going to take? And are we willing to die for this? Okay?